Hi, I'm Lily, and I'm going to be doing my albums of the year, a video about that. I'm going to be doing my top 10 albums of 2018, and I know a lot of people probably don't care about like the bottom 5, but I couldn't pick just 5, so I decided I would do 10. And I'm going to go from the bottom up. My number 10 album is Nearer My God by Foxing. Okay, so I really like Foxing's older stuff. I like the Albatross a lot. That's my favorite album by them. But this one goes hard. They did a very good job with it. It's kind of more electronic-y. If you haven't heard Foxing, they're kind of smaller, maybe a little softer. But they make like indie, rockish, emo music, and I'm going to insert a clip of the title track from Near My God, which is my favorite song off the album right now. But Lish Prince is also another good track, so I will put some music in here. It's definitely worth listening to, and it's a very good album. Number 9 album is Underworld by Tonight Alive. The singles are really good, and the rest of the album's really good. It's a good album. It's powerful. It is more like, it's sort of the same vibes as Limitless, if you've listened to Limitless. Honestly, if you want to feel for this album, I would recommend just listening to the singles like Temple, Crack My Heart, Disappear. But honestly, my favorite song off the album is Looking for Heaven. It's just sad, but it's like really good. She's like, I've been looking in a place where I feel like I am. When I came back to, I said I've been looking forever. I've been looking for heaven. It's a good album. I really like the aesthetics of it. I like the yellow and the black, and I think it's good. And that's why it's on my list, because it's a good album. My number 8 album is Disease by Beartooth. So I love Beartooth. I've loved them for quite a while. They were one of the OG bands that I listened to when I was in like 7th grade. If you don't know Beartooth, they're like they're not like hardcore. Well, they are. They're like hardcore-ish. They're sort of like post-hardcore, but like they're not a bad band. Like some post-hardcore bands are. I would call them post-hardcore, I guess. They're not really metal, but they're heavier. This album, it keeps up. Their entire discography, it builds. It's all very good. And this album I was very excited for. I was very, very, very hyped, and it did not let down. My favorite track right now is Fire.
Sink a little lower, get a little higher. Finger on the trigger, scream, ready, and fire. Sink a little lower, get a little higher. Finger on the trigger, scream, ready, and fire. Save your breath, it's all turning into static.
My number 7 album is Welcome to the Neighborhood by Boston Manor. This album is so cool. It's very dark. It's experimental-ish, like it's got all this like technological stuff, but it's also like classic Boston Manor. Boston Manor is just like pop-punkish emo. This album, Welcome to the Neighborhood, it came out on my birthday, September 7th, so it's gotta be a good album. And right now I'm really into the song Halo. It's about drugs, and it's sad, and I just really like it in the song. He's like, I can see your halo fall, whatever. And then in the bridge, it's like someone screaming like, just a quick fix and I'll get clean.
I can see your halo.
Number Album 6 is Sunnyland by Mayday Parade. I'm a huge Mayday Parade fan. They are my number one band. Everything they put out rocks. They just can't do wrong. Their album Sunnyland, it feels like a sort of closing album, like ending, which obviously, like, they're adults, they have kids, they have lives and stuff, but, like, it's really, really good. If you don't know Mayday Parade, which I don't understand, no, you don't, they're, like, a classic pop punk band, I guess. They're very, very, very good. And you should really listen to them because they just make the best music. They just make good music. Off Sunnyland, I would definitely recommend listening to If I Were You. It sort of feels nostalgic and it sort of feels like some of their older stuff. And I didn't see them on the Sunnyland tour because I was not in the country when they came here. But it seems really fun live. It's a hype song. I mean, it's good. I recommend it. Also, Satellite is a pretty, I don't know, it makes me sad.
We used to drive all night on the 319, singing songs with our friends that you threw away. You dropped a bomb that killed the night, but we made it out alive. If I were you, I'd cancel every plan that I've made today, and travel far away to a place where no one knows my name.
Okay, number 5. This one was really hard to do. These ones are like hard to put in order, but number 5 for me is Living Proof by State Champs. Now this album, I was so excited for. I was like making posters, I was like repping State Champs, I was doing like street team shit. I was so pumped, and this album came out and it did not let me down. Oh my god, this album rocks, and I got really into State Champs this year. I saw them at Warped Tour. I met them. I have a poster signed. I gave them my art. And I'm going to see them next year in Baltimore on their tour with, like, everybody. Grayscale, I guess. The Dangerous Summer. They're the only two I really care about. But, I'm pumped as fuck to see them. State Champs are a classic pop punk band. They're not as good as some other bands that I'm going to mention. Their singles were really good, but I feel like the best song off the album is honestly Safe Haven. It just goes so hard. Oh my god.
They said we could find safe haven, but I think it's wherever we are. You know, I'll be patient despite our racing hearts. They said we could find safe haven. I know it won't tear us apart. You know I've got a lot to say. Don't you run away, stay in reverie, in reverie.
If I get copyright strikes, I'm gonna fucking kill myself. If you want a song to listen to, I would say Safe Haven, and honestly Dead and Gone is like a big single, but it's a pretty good representation of what State Champs sound like. Number 4 is an EP, and I need to check to make sure it came out this year because you just always have to be sure. No! Did that spoil it for you? EP is How to Socialize and Make Friends by the band Camp Cope. If you don't know them, you probably don't. They're this little Australian all-female indie band. It's like indie rock. I found out about them because like Brendan Lukens from Modern Baseball, well, Brendan Lukens was tweeting about them. And I listened to their song, The Opener, which is my recommendation for if you want to like figure out their sound. And they're so good. Oh my god, they're really good. It's like really emotional music and it's just really well done, and I love Australian accents if you can't tell. They did a really good job, and they have some really also sad songs on here. The song I'm recommending is The Face of God. It's about like rape and it's very sad, and I don't know, I like religious lyrics. They make you think, and I like this one.
And I saw it, the face of God, and he turned himself away from me and said I did something wrong, that somehow what happened to me was my fault.
I'd also recommend Sagan, Indiana, because there's this part at the end where she's like, I found me, I found me, I found me.
Said it didn't matter.
crap has been in the way the whole time. Sorry about that. We've reached the top 3, baby. Okay, okay. I'm about to get heated because these albums are so fucking good. We did not do anything to deserve these ones. If you haven't bothered to check out the other albums that I'm recommending, you should listen to these albums. They're really good. So number 3, okay, also this decision was so hard deciding between these 3, but okay. Number 3 is Sister Cities by the Wonder Years. Oh, such an album, man. They're one of my favorite bands, definitely. I saw the Wonder Years in September, and it was, I think I can say it is the best concert I've ever been to. I have a pic in my phone case. I also have a set list, and I'm here to talk about Sister Cities. It is like the album. It's not the album of the year. It's the 3rd best album of the year, but it goes so hard. The Wonder Years are the best pop punk band in the new scene and the old scene. And they're definitely just worth checking out and listening to. If you haven't heard Came Out Swinging, then like, I don't know, that's like their big song. You should have heard it by now. If I were to recommend you a song, I would say Pyramids of Salt. I didn't really understand it. There's the lyric, I drew a line in the sand with these empty fucking hands. Like, I drew a line in the sand, don't wash me away again. And I didn't really get it until this year. Like, there's some shit that I've dealt with, and realizing that if you're trying to help other people, you draw a line. It's like, I drew this fucking line, like, this is where it stops. And, like, it got washed away. Like, it makes sense to me now. Also, if you want to cry, I think this is probably the best song on the album, but it's not like, it's like 7 minutes long or something, maybe. The ocean grew hands to hold me. I'm gonna find the lyrics. Oh my god, fuck. They like did it. They did it with this album. They just went off and they did it right. I'm just gonna like go through this real quick. So, this is the verse. I wish that the current would carry me home. I've been running for a decade now and I think I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go. Like, I don't know why, but that makes me really, really sad. Fuck! I'm literally like getting a little emotional right now. But, there's a song, I don't remember which it was, but there's something about bastards that they sing about in like a previous album. And here it says, I'm gonna guard what's left of the good in us when the ash blocks out the sky, and I'll hold you with my left hand and ball up my right, and if the bastards come for both of us, I'll be right there by your side. I'm by your side. And then he says, the last lyric, it's like, when I was in shambles, when I got too weak, the ocean grew hands to hold me. And the last lyric is, like, when the sutures start to split, I trust the current to pull you back in. I miss everyone all at once, but most of all, I miss the ocean. That gave me chills, so I hope you'll go and listen to that song.
Just in the current, pull you back in. I miss everyone at once, most of all, I miss the ocean.
Okay, let's move on to another sad album. This is number 2 by a very underrated and very good band who I'm really into right now. They're called Tiny Moving Parts, and this album is called Swell. And it's like emo. It's sort of like that post-emo kind of music. They're so good. I'm really into their song Fair Trade right now. If you want a sad song, it's them and Old Grey, I think. So Swell is a very good album. I recommend like listening to it in order, every song. I guess Applause is one of the main singles that was out. Their vocals are kind of rough. It's not screaming, but he's like yelling and his voice is kind of like high. But my favorite songs are Whale Watching and Warm Hand Splash, but Whale Watching for sure. I think there were lyrics I liked that I'm gonna go look up now. I really like just the vibes that they have. I'm really into their album Pleasant Living right now, which was, I thought that was like a turnover album, but I guess not. Good Nature, Pleasant Living, whatever. It's all the same fucking thing. Okay. So I like it when people scream things and like repeat them and like it's really sad. So this album has a lot of that, I think, and it's just really good, and this song is really sad. More about ocean imagery. So the lyrics are, let's pause for a second, feel the motion in the breeze, because I see you moving, and I'm still like a statue as the wind refuses to touch me. I am a pond, you wanted an ocean. And then he's like, this place was never meant for me. Oh, this part's so vibey. Close the casket, make your way to the shoreline. I can taste the salt, I can taste the salt. I can taste the birthplace where I evolved. And then he starts screaming, bring me back, I never wanted to leave. Bring me back, it's all I had. Bring me back, and now I'm suffocating. Bring me back, is this too much to ask?
I can taste the salt, I can taste the salt, I can taste the birthplace where I evolved! Bring me back! I never wanted to leave! Bring me back! It's all I had! Bring me back! And now I'm suffocating! Bring me back! Is this too much to ask? Will I break it through?
Thank you, Tiny Moving Parts, for this album. And yeah, so now we're gonna go to number 1, and I could talk for like a whole other half hour about this album. This band, okay, I'm gonna announce the band, and then I can talk about like what they're doing to me these days. Like, Jesus fucking Christ. So the album is Pilot by Hot Mulligan, and currently Hot Mulligan is like ruining my life. I love them so much, so fucking much. I'm like last night I watched this like half-hour performance that they did at Chain Reaction last year, and I don't know why. It wasn't even that sad. I just started fucking crying. I just love them. They are very post-emo. They sound a lot like Tiny Moving Parts, but they're so much better. Fuck, Hot Mulligan is like really worth your time. They opened for the Wonder Years, which is how I found out about them, which is saying something because I saw the Wonder Years in September. It is now December. It's been like exactly 3 months since I saw the Wonder Years. I saw them on the 12th. And god damn it, man. I really got into Hot Mulligan after that. When I was pissed at Beartooth for having such simple and simplistic titles, Hot Mulligan has done the exact opposite, where you literally can't remember which song is which. And you think like Fall Out Boy does it bad, Panic at the Disco does it bad. No, let me read you some of these fucking song titles, okay, off this album. Whew. God, it's just so worth listening to. The big song off this one is How Do You Know It's Not Armadillo Shells, which is the single. You should totally watch the video for that one because it might like make you cry.
Just bring me home, just bring me home. I don't want to talk on the balcony, just want to drink till I kill what's gotten into me. Just bring me home, just bring me home, just bring me home.
There's like West Default, Can't Find the Madison Falcon, How Do You Know It's Not Armadillo Shells, Pluto Was Never Really a Planet Either, the soundtrack to Missing a Slam Dunk. These are fucking song titles, man! My favorite song of theirs is I Replied to Tyler with 3 Blue Cars, which is off the other album they have. But, I would recommend you to listen to Deluxe Capacitor or How Do You Know It's Not Armadillo Shells for like an introduction to the band. But my favorites off the album right now are I Hate the Gooey Disc and West Default, Can't Find the Madison Falcon. I don't know what I'm saying. These are song titles, I'm sorry. But I don't really have specific lyrics, I just think they'll mean something to you if you listen to them. But there's a lyric like, maybe I'm not pretty enough for this. I don't even know why, but it's just like sad. And I'm like, oh, that's rough.
I want to be, I want to feel like I'm important, but maybe I'm not pretty enough for this. You're beautiful, so I'm irrelevant. Do you think about the life we play chase? Maybe you were too young to remember me.
Hey, sorry about this. I just want to put some honorable mentions in here. So there's just 3 albums I'm gonna mention, just real fast. Schmaltz by Spanish Love Songs will like change your life. Listen to that. Tell Me How You Really Feel by Courtney Barnett. Sounds sort of like Camp Cope, another Australian talented female artist. And The American Dream by Trophy Eyes. It like didn't really like do it for me at first, but after listening to it a few more times, it did like. It grew on me. So those are 3 honorable mentions. But I highly recommend the one by Spanish Love Songs. Listen to the song Joanna in 5 acts. It will make you cry. Thank you and goodbye. Okay, so I think this is the end of this awful video, which all my videos are. Coming to this video, expect me to say Panic at the Disco and 21 Pilots made the best albums. Fuck that. Those albums sucked ass compared to these. So... God, I never know how to outro. I guess thank you for watching. Check out any other shitty video on my channel. They're all bad. Yeah, thanks for watching. And I guess I will see you soon. Bye.